Hey, happy day, bullies, BS, and bluster. Pinkos, they live in an alternate universe. Every day I bump into these whacks and it just makes me crazy. How are you doing with all of that? Hey, let's talk about Joe Biden, talking about pinkos. Hey, millions of people in the U.S. have student loans. Millions of them aren't paying it back. They say, why would I make a payment? Because Biden's going to get this fixed. The Supreme Court turned it down. He tried to forgive hundreds of billions of dollars. Supreme Court said, y'all can't do that. And Biden said, I'll find another way. He has another way now. He's talking about $127 billion that he's going to do through the back door. Supreme Court, get on this guy, stop it. But in the meantime, you have 9 million people. 9 million, that's a lot of folks, right? They're not making their payments because, hey, Biden's going to give it to me anyway. Why don't we do something with Trump? I mean, he owes maybe $1 billion. Let's forgive that. Come on, you're not supposed to do that. I mean, Trump, everybody's mad at him because he overstated the value of this and he did that, but there's no victims and the banks got their money back and everything else, but he still owes some money. Let's forgive that too. Why not? A bunch of commie, pinko, that's un-American. And speaking about un-American, let's look at this border business. Now, that's un-American. I mean, Biden, he is destroying America, which of course has an impact, effects to the world. It does. I mean, look at Chicago and look at so many other cities. Chicago in particular, $300 million they've spent so far housing and looking after people that are there illegally. What are you going to do with them once they get fed and have a place to sleep? You're going to get them a job? What job? They don't have a number. What is it? I mean, a lot of Americans can't get a job. I mean, un-American? No kidding. This thing goes on and on every day, and people are missing it. I mean, who could fix it? There was a guy building the wall once. I get it. I don't like him. Would you like the wall? I mean, the swamp, the wall, there's a whole bunch of stuff to think about. Now you got Hunter Biden. He says, you know what? If Trump does get elected, I will have to leave the U.S. I will have to flee. Do you think? I mean, that would be good. That's one less pinko. A lot of pinkos going on here. Hopefully they take Cher and Barbara Streisand and a lot of those other people with them. These people have said in the past, the Chers and the Barbara Streisand, if Trump gets in, I'm moving. They're still here, and he did get in once. Why don't you go? Go away. You can sing songs from somewhere else. I mean, we have the internet. We have radio stations. We kind of don't need you left-wing people around. You know what? In light of all these new criminal charges against Hunter Biden, he's been indicted, and he has more charges pending, apparently. People are saying maybe he'll get pardoned from the president. And the White House says, he'll never do that. He won't pardon them. How dare you even think that? But hold it. Back to what I just said earlier. He's pardoned millions of people and trying to pardon more with student loans. He's pardoning people all the time. He's letting people across the border all of the time. He's kind of doing a lot of pardons. Pardon me. So why wouldn't he do one to his son? Of course he will. Duh. Wouldn't be fair if he didn't. Hey, keep it with fair. Let's talk about gun deaths. I had to write this down. It's kind of profound. You know, I'm a big gun guy. I believe that you have the right to defend yourself. In some countries, you don't have the right. Canada, it's against the law to defend yourself with a tool of any kind. You can't even use pepper spray. I mean, wow, you can get 3 years in jail for doing that. The country's berserk with regards to the leadership, right? I mean, the country's great. The people are great, but the leadership, they've kind of ruined everything, and they're still working at it. They have more to do. But people do commit suicide with guns. They also commit suicide standing in front of a bus. And people, once they've made that decision, I'm not a mental health expert. I'm not, but I have talked to people, and they say once the decision's made, they're going to do it. A gun is handy. They'll use a gun. So many people blame the gun. Maybe they would, have delayed it a little bit. I don't know that. But once you've made that decision, you overdose, you do whatever. But guns certainly rush things if there's one in the house. So with that said, let's just kind of look at a person who legally has a gun. And to be that person, you have to pass all the background checks and everything. So you are of sane mind. But as time goes on, something happens in your world and you're not of sane mind. So what do you do with your gun? I mean, I'm there, I'm in my house, I put the gun under the bed because I don't want to harm myself, but it's in the house. I mean, when I'm ready, I'll go find it. I can lock it up, whatever. It's in the house, and so am I. So my suggestion here is, my idea, bright idea, is that gun shops should put storage lockers in their store. So I'm going I'm feeling crazy. So I'm going to take my gun. I'm going to go down to the gun shop and say, please store this for me. That's $9 a month or whatever it is, or make it free for a while. And I store it there. And I go home. There's not a gun in the house, even though I can legally have that gun in the house. It's a big help for me. Now I can get help. Maybe a relative will look at me and say, you do need help. And that risk thing has been removed. So it's simple enough. If you're feeling suicidal, anyone, you should probably look at that. Go to a gun store. If you're not feeling suicidal, go to a gun store and say, here's an idea for you. I think it's a great idea. And I don't know anyone that's been in this position, and I hope I don't. But I read about it, and it's troubling. So there you go. We get hundreds and hundreds of emails every week, hundreds of them asking about me. Wow, who am I? Why do I do this? And I can't even give you money. There's no donation button, and what's up with you, and cha-cha. Well, I'm nobody, really. There's no donation money because I don't want anybody's money. I don't need your money. All I need is your love. I mean, send us jokes, send us content, send us comments. That's all I want. That's my payment. We do get money from people and we send it back all the time. So I've been self-funding this thing for a long time. People say, oh, you're rich if you're doing that. And I said, I've been rich and I've been poor a few times. Rich is a lot better and I'm rich again now and it's fun. So life is grand. And I just want to share, kind of pick the left-wing government apart. Things are good in life, but we want to be better. So if I can influence you with that much, if you dislike that much of what I say and you take that much and you run with it and you make life better because of it, I win. Hey, left-wing pinkos, what do they need? A little smack to wake them up? Maybe, but they need us to talk. The silent majority was silenced, and as a result, everything is silent now. We gotta yell. You get all of that. Say, hey, y'all come back. See ya.